Hi, Sarah here with a layout process video for the Crafty Ribbons design team. Today I'll be using this cute ice cream ribbon as well as a few pieces of rip-rack which go with the ice cream ribbon and also my papers. And I am using my Thompson's Craft Supplies kits. I've grouped them all together, but there was Valentine's, Spring and Vintage, and I've just grabbed a few papers that I thought went well with ribbon and the theme of my layout today. So I'll be leaving links below for the Crafty Ribbons shop where you can buy all the cute rip rack and themed ribbons, and also for Thompson's Craft Supply kits as well. So to begin with, I just trimmed down some of these pattern papers. I wanted them to be nice and wonky, and I'm just adding them to the bottom of my page. I'll also be roughing up the edges of those to add a bit more interest, a bit of texture. I'm just trimming down this picture of my little boy, and he's got an ice cream there, and he was just so hot on that day. It was during the heat wave last year, and he's not a happy chappy, but he's loving his ice cream. That's why he's got a bit of a funny face in this picture. For this one, I will be doing my journaling on the back because I like the clean look of the white paper around my photo, and I didn't really want to journal on the front. I just add a little date spot for obviously the date, but the rest goes on the back. I do quite often do my journaling on the back of my pages instead. So as you can see there, I've just ruffled up the paper and just added glue to the bottom of the strips, each strip, and then that just gives that nice layered look to the paper without actually adding any dimensional adhesive at all. It's just all ruffled up. And I did trim off a 12-inch piece of ribbon, and I decided to cut it in two and have the ice creams peeking out from the different layers. So I just add them tucked in behind the different angled paper pieces, like so, and then I just tuck the edge around the back, making sure that the adhesive is applied right to the edge so it sort of behaves like washi paper. And now I want to work on my paper layers for my photo, so I trimmed down my papers this time in a straight line, but that means that because it was on an angle, I get nice, interesting, wonky squares, I guess. Near enough squares. So for each one, I'm just making sure that there's just a little bit of paper peeking out from each layer by just keeping my photo on the page as I cut and just cutting them straight. So next time I use paper, I do have straight edges again. And now I just do the same as I did with the other papers and just ruffle up the edges of each of my pieces of paper. Oh, I also decide that I need something properly solid behind my photo just to help it pop off the page, so I do just add some plain yellow cardstock which matches the yellow in the papers there. And then as you can see, I've just used my fingernails and scissors and just randomly ruffled up all the edges of each of these papers, and I'm just sort of choosing how I want them to look. I make sure that the stripes are going the same direction as they are at the bottom, and the words are going across the page like they are on the bottom one as well. And so I just add them all together, and there's my paper cluster done. I've just grabbed some cheap fun foam from Hobbycraft, which I use all the time to back photos. I only use foam squares if it's something very small, because it's just so much cheaper. And I'm just sticking that down on the back of my photo to help it pop off the page a little bit more. Now for added interest at the bottom, I've taken some Rick Rack ribbon, also from Crafty Ribbons shop, and I'm just using contrasting colours. So I'm adding a bit of the aqua coloured one on the pink and pink on the aqua. Apologies, it is a little off the page here. I do remember to peek at my camera and nudge it back up shortly, but all I do is add washi tape and tuck it round the back, and just secure it at the back with a few pieces of washi. I'm also adding a little bit more of that rip-rack with glue just down the side of my pages on top of the pink, just for an added touch of layers there as well. Now I'm just grabbing a few stickers which were from the spring part of my Thompson's Craft Kit, and also a flare and a bramble fox perspective for my title at the bottom in the yellow that matches the yellow in the paper, the matte from my photo, and also in the ice creams. Just covering up my photo because I'm not sure where I want my embellishments just yet. Apologies if you can hear noise in the background, it's just my little boy playing. And I'm just adding now my ink sprays before I carry on adding embellishments on top of that. So I choose a yellow, minty colour and light pink, and they are Distress and Dilution ink sprays. And spun sugar, what else is it? Cracked pistachio and lemon zest. So now I'm happy with that and it's dry. I'm just adding a few more stickers from the sticker sheet, and also there's my little date spot there to add my date in later. And now I'm just adding some Spiegelman scraps sequins, which also from Thompson's Craft Supplies, and just adding them dotted around my embellishment clusters titles, and also I add a few around in amongst the splatters to blend in amongst the splatters across the page. So I do cut quite a bit of that out, but as you can see, all I do is just add the glue and then just add sequins with pokey tool and my finger just to hold them in place. There's a little bit of a close up there, and that's it done for the day. If you'd like to subscribe, then that would be awesome. And do check out Crafty Ribbons, also their Facebook group, because they do have a competition where you can win £15 worth of ribbon. All you have to do is enter a crafty project which uses ribbon. Thanks again for joining me. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.